man, this is something that's so good. It's like to deny ourself and to die to ourself. That sounds so scary, but what it actually is allowing Jesus to set us free from ourselves. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to share a little word of encouragement and give you guys an update on everything in our life. Um, Anyways, I was talking with a friend and we were talking about following Jesus and actually making him Lord of our life rather than just calling him Lord, but actually really truly making him Lord of our life. But anyways, we were comparing it to like hopping in a car with Jesus and giving him the wheel and he's driving. And we're traveling on this beautiful journey, driving all these places. But then after a while, it's like he stops the car and it's kind of like, okay, what are we doing? Are we getting out? Is this the place? And then we start driving again. Sometimes we don't really know exactly what he's doing. And then as we're driving, we start to see it's like, hey, I think I saw that tree like before. And then we keep driving. And then after a while, you see the tree again. And it's like, hey, that's like the third time I've seen that same tree. And you kind of wonder what's going on. What is this about? Like, when are we going to get there? And like, where are we even going? And then after the end of the day or after the end of the drive, we get to the location and it's just back where we started. And it's like, what was that all about? And then Jesus is like, we weren't actually going anywhere. I just wanted to go on a ride with you. It was all just about the ride and just being with him and spending that time with him. And that's what it feels like sometimes as we walk with the Lord. And it's not so much about the destination, having this kind of goal mindset, destination mindset. It's just about walking with him and being with him and the process itself rather than the end result. And so some things that I've been learning, I started really questioning, like, is Jesus actually the Lord of my life? And I was searching my heart and I realized, to be honest, no, he's not. I'm my own Lord. I live mainly for self, though I serve him at times and I do many things and this and that. He's not actually my Lord. I so casually call him Lord, but I don't yield my will and my thoughts and my desires to his at all times, like he's actually my Lord. And I realized that, and I confessed that to him, and I decided I want to make you Lord of my entire life. And so as I did that, it was difficult because it's like, how do you make someone else Lord of your life? It's not natural for us, and it feels weird. And it felt like as if I have to surrender my freedom to do it. It's like, here's my freedom, I give up. It's like I'm enlisting for the Lord's military now. And it's like, whatever you want with me, now I'll do. Like I'll actually do it this time. I'll do my best now, Lord. Take me. And so that's what it felt like I was going to do, but it's just like, I want you, Lord. And it's like, I just want to know you so badly more. And it's like, I just want more of you, and I want to make you Lord. So here I am, like, take me. And when I did that, and when I truly gave him my life, like, the Bible talks about he or she, the person who wants to follow me, must first deny themselves, then carry their cross and follow me. And whoever, loses their life for his sake will actually find their life. And that sounds so difficult. And it's like, we're to die to self. And it's like, that sounds really difficult and scary. But as I denied myself and truly made him Lord of my life and everything that I do, afterwards I just felt this immense freedom. Like, I thought I was turning in my freedom, but when I did that, I found true freedom. And I felt so good and so much joy, and he's just really given me this lasting freedom. And it's so funny because we have this false idea of freedom that we're given in the world, and we think that we have free will and freedom when we make our life our own. But it's just it's an imitation freedom. The reality is, it's like when we give ourselves to him and we lay our life down to him, then we actually really find our life. And we find what we're actually made for. It's like, this is what we were designed for. And we find the freedom in that. And so one thing that happened right after that, so I was feeling good. Then shortly after that, I was praying like, Lord, yes, you're my Lord now. And it's like, help me in the area of serving. Because I want to be obedient to you. I want to take every opportunity I can just to serve you and live in obedience. And see, the thing is, when we make him Lord of our entire life, it's not that now he expects perfection all the time. Like, he is so full of grace, abounding in grace and mercy and love. See, we'll stumble and fall all the time, but the thing is, it's like, my heart says yes, though. It's the heart. It's just that we turn ourselves to him. We turn our heart to him. See, it's hard to surrender to. Like, it's so hard for us to surrender to him, but we've encountered him so many times, and we see him in his word, and we know that he is so good and so loving. But then when it comes to making him Lord of our entire life and yielding to him, it's like we're afraid, like he's going to take something away. But we forget that this good, loving God is who we're making Lord. It's sometimes, at least I did. And so, in this, yeah, I'm praying, like, give me a heart to serve, Lord. Like, just let me enjoy serving. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, I just made you Lord and said, like, I'm going to, serve you, and I'm going to walk in obedience, all that stuff. Not in a works way either. No, just know my heart. It's just because it's love. He loves us so much, and I just want to love him back, and I want to give my life to him. And I'm like, just give me a heart to serve others, because it's one thing to, like, wash someone's dishes and this and that, but to become a servant is difficult. It's not natural, like, it's not natural feeling in the world. So I'm like, give me a heart to serve. Then I'm like, wait, it's like, I just made you Lord of my life, and now I'm making, like, demands of you. Like, give me a heart to serve, and then I'll serve. And I'm like, hold on. I'm like, no, you know what? Like, I'm going to choose obedience. It's like, I'm going to serve you whether you give me a heart to serve or not, because I'm just going to follow you. I want to obey you. I don't need that to do that. And so I just began serving more and more and more. And as I did that, I started experiencing so much more joy, because when we choose to obey and when we choose to serve others, even if we don't feel like it, we're denying the flesh, and we're setting aside the flesh and walking in obedience, which is walking in the Spirit. And then we begin to produce the fruit of the Spirit in our life, which is one of those is joy. And then we start finding this joy in this freedom of serving, along with peace and all that other good stuff. And so it comes back full circle where it's like, oh, I didn't need a heart to serve. But through obedience, I got joy, which gave me pleasure in serving, and lasting pleasure and lasting freedom in giving myself to him. And so that was something that I found so good. And similarly, before kind of making him Lord, I was praying, God, give me one more, like, big encounter, and just, like, remind me that this is, like, all real and worth it. It's like, you've shown me again and again, and it's like, I know that you're God, but just, like, give me a little reminder. And then I'll make you, like, Lord of my life, so I can just follow you wholeheartedly and give you my all. And see, he began to show me that John 14:21, I think is the verse. Jesus says, he who has my commands and keeps them is the one who loves me. And the one who loves me will be loved by the Father, and I will also love them, and I will show myself to them, or I will reveal myself or manifest myself to that person. And he's showing me that it's like all these encounters that at least I got in my life, it's like he's giving me milk, and it's like he gives me some milk. I'm like, yay! I'm like, milk, so good. Then it's like, all right, more milk, more milk. Then it's like he gives more milk, and it's like, yay, more milk. And then I want more milk, and it's like, yay, more milk. And he's shown me that it's like he is so good, and it's like, yes, I love him. And I'm like, just give me some more of that. But now he's saying, he's like, no, it's like, follow me, come follow me. It's like, you know that I'm good. You've tasted and seen. It's like, now come follow me. And he's showing me that, see, he's taking me from milk to meat in this area, where it's from encounter into actually knowing him. It's not just experience and encounter, but into a living, walking, breathing relationship with him. And so you see, it's not so much about these end results that we're so after, the heart to serve, or just the big encounter so that then we can do it. But it's in the process of following Jesus that we find this new life in Christ, and we find the things that we desire, the desires of our heart, and all these things. So I just encourage you to check your heart and see if there's anywhere where he's not Lord yet, and talk with him about it and make him Lord of that area, because that's where we'll find ultimate freedom. Because, man, this is something that's so good. It's like to deny ourselves and to die to ourselves. That sounds so scary, but what it actually is allowing Jesus to set us free from ourselves. And in that you find so much freedom. And I wish I could share with you all the testimonies of what he's doing in my life here, and in Shiny's life as well, and the freedom he's giving me. It's insane, the stuff that's going on here, and such a blessing. There's so much I could say, and it's amazing. But I just love you all, and I want to just share some of these revelations and really hope it could encourage you that in this serving, when we serve and when we live in obedience, we actually find freedom and joy. And when we submit ourselves to Him, we find the life that we're actually looking for. We give up our false sense of freedom for true freedom. And it's real. And in this, you begin to actually know Him. And you're not just needing an encounter or relying on past experiences, but you're walking and living and breathing in a real relationship with Jesus. And you're enjoying the ride, because you're not focused on the destination. You're focused on the person you're with right then and there. And He's just so good. He's so crazy good. We've been sharing, like, teaching identity with other students here and who they are in Christ and what He's done for us, and walking them into the simplicity of healing. And we're seeing healings on the street through people who've never done it before, seeing young skateboarders that we've run into, and the Lord's just been organizing things. Like, it's so crazy. So skaters getting healed. We did a garbage pickup, and at the end of the garbage pickup we ended up praying for some garbage men, and the garbage men got healed. It's just so funny how it works out. There's so much crazy stuff going on, and beyond just the testimonies and stuff, it's like the transformation that's happening in our hearts is so good and so amazing. And I know I'm talking about obedience a lot, and surrender and making Him Lord, but it's in a way that's giving so much joy and freedom, where, like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And He's like taking me to a whole new level. And, like, I'm just learning to figure out how can I go deeper and deeper in this, and just rely on Him more and more, because we need Him. We need His help constantly. We're dependent on Him. And I could talk about so much on that. But anyways, love you guys. I want to show you. It's so cool. There's this like ray light. I don't know if I could flip the camera. Oops, that was taking a photo. I don't know if you could see this. Let me see if I could. It's hard to get it on camera. Love you guys.